Did you know that Chinese women are completely revolutionizing romantic relationships, and many of them definitely prefer mature Western men? That's not what you expected, right? Get ready because what you're about to discover about modern China will make you see this country with completely different eyes. Where China is located and why everyone's talking about it. China spans nearly 10 million square kilometers in East Asia, bordering 14 different countries. It's the third largest country in the world after Russia and Canada, but 1.4 billion people live here. Basically, 1 in 5 people on the planet is Chinese. Its strategic position has made it the commercial crossroads between East and West for millennia, and today it's the world's second largest economy. A bit of history to understand the present. China has 5,000 years of documented history, but the moments that really changed everything have been the last 70 years. In 1949, Mao Zedong founded the People's Republic of China, followed by difficult decades with the Great Famine and the Cultural Revolution. Then in 1978, Deng Xiaoping arrived and said that phrase that would change everything: it doesn't matter whether the cat is white or black, as long as it catches mice. This is how China's socialist market economy was born. The dragon skeletons in the closet. Like every great power, China also has its dark sides. The Xinjiang and Uyghur issue, the situation in Hong Kong, controls on freedom of expression, and the social credit system that monitors every citizen. These are delicate topics that you need to know to truly understand this country. Chinese women and the mature love revolution. Here's the bombshell. Modern Chinese women are literally revolutionizing the idea of relationships. After decades of the one-child policy, today there are 34 million more men than women in China. The result? Women have all the power of choice, and many of them are discovering that mature Western men have something their local peers don't. It's not just about money or status. Educated Chinese women appreciate the more open mindset, life experience, and that confidence that comes with age. The romance tourism that's changing everything. In recent years, a particular phenomenon has developed. Many Western men over 40 visit China not just for tourism, but attracted by the possibility of meeting local women interested in serious relationships. We're not talking about sex tourism in the derogatory sense, but a real market of affection where independent and educated Chinese women seek mature Western partners for authentic relationships. The 15 facts that will change your view of China. First fact: the Great Wall is not visible from space. It's a myth that has persisted for decades, but astronauts confirm that without optical aids, it's impossible to see it. This legend has been fueled by school textbooks for generations. Yang Liwei, the first Chinese astronaut, had to disappoint his compatriots by confirming he never saw it during his mission. Second fact: ghost cities exist in China, built for millions of inhabitants but completely empty. Ordos, for example, was designed for 1 million people but only has 100,000. These cities are the result of the fastest economic growth in human history. Walking through the streets of these cities is a surreal experience. Gleaming skyscrapers, huge shopping centers, perfectly maintained parks, but practically no human beings around. Third fact: China has more skyscrapers than all other countries combined. Shenzhen alone has more than all of America. In the last 30 years, China has experienced the largest construction boom in human history, building the equivalent of a New York every 2 years. Shenzhen, which in 1980 was a fishing village of 30,000 inhabitants, is today a megalopolis of 13 million people with over 500 skyscrapers. Fourth fact: the giant panda is no longer endangered thanks to Chinese efforts. Today there are over 1,800 in the wild. This is probably one of the greatest successes of modern conservation. In the 1980s, fewer than 1,000 pandas remained in the wild. Today, the number has almost doubled thanks to breeding programs and habitat protection. Every panda born abroad technically belongs to China. Fifth fact: in China, you can pay for everything with your phone. Even beggars have QR code for donations. Cash has practically disappeared. WeChat Pay and Alipay have completely revolutionized the payment system, making China the most cashless country in the world. You can buy ice cream from a street vendor, Pay for a taxi, split the restaurant bill, all with a simple scan. Western tourists are often bewildered because many stores don't even accept cash anymore. Sixth fact, China has the world's most extensive high-speed rail network, with trains traveling up to 217 miles per hour in commercial service. In less than 15 years, they've built 25,000 miles of high-speed lines, more than the rest of the world combined. You can go from Beijing to Shanghai, 800 miles, in 4.5 hours, drinking hot tea while the landscape flows by 186 miles per hour outside your window. The trains are punctual, silent, and so stable you can place a coin on the table and it stays upright for the entire journey. Seventh fact, Chinese factories exist that produce clean air in cans and sell it to tourists. It sounds crazy, but it's $1 million business. Air is collected in pristine places like Tibet, compressed in colorful cans, and sold in polluted cities. A can costs about $3 and contains enough air for 200 breaths. It started as an artistic provocation to raise awareness about pollution, but became a real business. Eighth fact, China has more UNESCO World Heritage Sites than any other country, 56 in total between natural and cultural. From the terracotta warriors of Xi'an to the Zhangjiajie Mountains that inspired Avatar, the country offers incredible diversity. Each Chinese province could be a country in its own right for historical and natural wealth. Ninth fact, the world's largest shopping mall is in China, but it's 99% empty. It's called South China Mall and was supposed to be shopping paradise. Built in 2005 with the ambition to become the world's largest shopping center, it has 2,400 stores spread over 7.5 million square feet. But only 1% of the spaces are occupied. Visiting it is a post-apocalyptic experience. Huge deserted corridors, fountains that don't work, ghost stores with shutters down. 10th fact, in China they've cloned virtual police officers with artificial intelligence that work 24 hours a day in police stations. These digital avatars can answer questions, provide service information, and collect complaints. They've been programmed to be courteous, efficient, and available at any time of day. The most impressive thing is they're becoming increasingly realistic. Natural facial expressions, fluid movements, human voices. 11th fact, China produces 70% of the world's smartphones, but many Chinese don't know that iPhone means iPhone in English. This linguistic detail reveals how deep the penetration of Western technology into Chinese culture is. Brands like Huawei, Xiaomi, Oppo, and Vivo were born here and now compete on par with Apple and Samsung. 12th fact, they built a 34-mile-long bridge connecting Hong Kong to mainland China, considered a modern engineering miracle. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge cost $20 billion and required 9 years of work. It includes a 4.2-mile underwater tunnel to allow ship passage and 4 artificial islands. Technologies never before experimented with were used during construction. 13th fact, China has a pig population greater than the human population of all other continents combined. We're talking about over 400 million pigs, more than all the inhabitants of North and South America. It's the consequence of a traditional diet based on pork and a swine industry that's the largest in the world. China produces and consumes over half of the world's pork. 14th fact, Chinese universities exist with over 100,000 enrolled students, more than many Western cities. The Indira Gandhi National Open University has over 4 million students, but even traditional universities like Jilin exceed 70,000 enrolled. They're real university cities with dormitories, shopping centers, hospitals, and even internal train stations. 15th fact, China is building a new Silk Road worth $1 trillion that will connect Asia, Europe, and Africa. The Belt and Road Initiative project involves over 70 countries and plans to build ports, railways, highways, and pipelines. It's the largest infrastructure project in human history and will completely redesign global trade. The China of the future awaits you. What you just read is only the tip of the iceberg. Today's China isn't the one from documentaries 20 years ago. It's a country in constant evolution that surprises every day. And if you've ever thought about visiting it, know that you might find much more than what you're looking for.